Hello everyone, it's Heather and it is Sunday, January 16th, 2022, and I am here to give you a tour of our suite at the Homewood Suites, 2010 South Harbor Boulevard in Anaheim, California. Our taxi driver we just had told me that there's two Homewood Suites on Harbor Boulevard, so this is one of them. It's, I believe, the one that's closer to Disneyland. And we are here for 7 nights. If you're not aware, Homewood Suites is an all-suite property that's intended for longer term stays, and it is a Hilton brand. And I'm gonna show you around our suite. First of all, out here in the hall, this is a very big hotel. The hall smells really nice. It smells like, I don't know, cinnamon or something. The hallway carpets could do with being vacuumed, but they're not bad. It is kind of warm in the hallways, and we are in suite 434. It's very quiet. The only thing I hear is the hum of the fridge. Okay, and you can see here, oh wow, this is a big property. There's 5 floors, and we're on floor 4, so there's 1 floor above us. And where are we? We are, I can't even see. Where are we? Here. I don't know what these rooms are in between. Those must be, what is that? Different kind, oh no, that's the bedroom. Okay, I see, for the suite. Because there's actually 2 rooms for each suite. Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, but you can see this is a big property. Oh, there are 2 sets of elevators, guys. There's 1 set on each end of this long hallway out here. Okay, so when you come in, excuse all of our luggage, there is a table and chairs and all of our stuff. And then you do have a full kitchen. You have a electric cooktop with 2 burners. You have a full microwave, which I think can also be used as kind of an oven type thing. Lots of cupboard space. There's a sink with a garbage disposal. There is a dishwasher. There is a coffee maker. And I can't get the dishwasher closed. There's a toaster up there. Some kind of pots or something.
It's a kitchen.
And there's dishes. You get a full thing of dishes. You get mugs. You get glassware, plates and bowls, and cups. There's also dish soap and a dish towel. There's paper towels. There's coffee stuff. And then there's an ice bucket on top of the fridge. The fridge is a little shorter than me. And there's a full fridge and freezer. And since we are Hilton Gold people, they gave us each a bottle of water. Okay, so this is the kitchen. And let's see, is there like a trash in here? Yes, there's a trash under the sink.
Trash chute like that other place, but...
And there's silverware. And a giant knife in case you need to defend yourself. And a corkscrew.
There should be a thing around that.
Yeah, really. Some type of protective case. Okay. There is a sofa couch, which we won't be using. But so 2 more people could be sleeping there, honestly. And there's an end table with a phone and lamps. And then there's an armchair here and like a dresser with a big TV on it. Each room has its own climate control. And then this is like another little table with ottomans, but we actually think we're going to use these to set the kids' luggage on. And then I'll show you the view out the window. We have a view of the pool. Now nobody is in the pool. It is quite chilly tonight. But there's a fire pit over there, and you can see there's like grills and stuff. And like some tables that are probably outside the breakfast area. There's a very big breakfast area downstairs. There's also a little pool. I don't know if that's like a kiddie pool. And then there are some people down here in the hot tub. And there are restrooms out there. I can see a men's and women's restroom and water fountains. And I'm not sure what that room is with the glass doors. Maybe some kind of game room or something. And then I'll show you the rest of the stuff that's over there from the other window. And then there is a separate door that closes off the bedroom. So, somebody could be out here in the living kitchen area, and somebody could be sleeping. There's a garbage and recycling. There is no there is no daily housekeeping. She said if we want to have them clean the room, or we just have to let them know. And then in here there is a king size bed. So there's 2 nightstands on either side, and both of them have a big drawer. There's a lamp on either side. No reading lights, they're actual just full-size lamps. Oh, I like that picture. And there's an alarm clock on that side, and there's a phone on that side, and then there's another big dresser with a TV on it in here, just like in the living room, and another climate control.
With some purses that came with the room.
No. And then there's another table over here that I guess you could, with a desk chair, that I guess they're thinking you could use like as a desk. And then there is a giant full-size mirror, and then as you can see behind me, there is bunk beds. So we will each get our own bed, and these are full width size, and actually underneath the bottom bunk there is another bed. There's a trundle bed, so you could actually have
6 people.
6 people in here in this room. Yeah, probably more if you squeeze people into the bed. I don't know. So Ben's gonna take the top bunk, Megan's gonna take the bottom bunk, and I'm gonna take the big bed. And then out this window you can see there's more recreational stuff over there beyond this palm tree. There's like a little mini putt, like a putting course, and there's a little basketball court there. And then the bathroom is over here, and it's just one sink, but there is a decent amount of counter space, and we have the same Neutrogena products that we usually get at Hilton.
The flower.
Yes, and the Kleenex box made into a flower. And then there's some shelves down here and one drawer with the hairdryer in it. Where are the towels?
In the bathroom.
Where are they? Oh, here they are. Well, there's not very many.
We could ask for
We might have to ask for more towels. Okay, so then in here with another door is the toilet, and I would have loved a walk-in shower, but it's a tub shower. There's a hook there like to hang stuff, curved shower rod. And there is an extra toilet paper this time. At our last hotel we did run out of Kleenex twice and we were only there 2 nights. Turn the light off in here. And then in the closet there's a bunch of extra bedding up there. There's an iron and an ironing board. There's a luggage rack and a safe. Not a ton of hangers. So if you had a lot of people and you were here for a while, there's only 8 hangers. So that is our suite at the Homewood Suites on South Harbor Boulevard in Anaheim. There is complimentary breakfast at this hotel. They're not doing Homewood Suites in normal times when it's not the pandemic, does an evening like hospitality. It's almost like a dinner, but they have suspended that for the entire pandemic. We actually flew into LAX when we came to Los Angeles on this trip. We rented a car from LAX. We did some things in Los Angeles, in like the northern parts of Los Angeles, for the first 3 days of our trip. Then we returned our rental car to Orange County, John Wayne Airport, which is not too far from here. And we took a taxi back here to the hotel because we don't need to have a car while we're at Disneyland. It would be very expensive for us to have had a rental car for the entire time that we're here. Plus we would have the expense of paying for parking. So I asked the lady at the front desk, I asked her about ART, which is the Anaheim Resort Transportation. It's like a shuttle bus system in the Anaheim area that goes to all the hotels and everything, and you can see the stops out on the street. She said that she does not recommend that because she said you have to download one app and then you have to download another app, and she said it's very confusing and the routes are complicated and stuff like that. What she recommends to people, because I mean, we drove up there before we returned the rental car to see how far it is. We could walk it, but it's a good distance. And I think especially at the end of the day, after we've spent the whole day in the parks, our feet are really going to hurt, and that's going to be far. She said what she recommends to people that are staying here is that they walk over to the Disneyland's Toy Story parking lot, which is right next to this hotel, and just take Disneyland's free shuttle from Toy Story parking lot as if we had parked there. And they take us right up to the front of Disneyland. So that's probably what we're going to do. There are a lot of hotels and a lot of restaurants in this area right around Disneyland. Many more privately owned hotels than what Disney owns. There are only 3 on-site Disneyland hotels at Disneyland. And in order from least to most expensive, it's Paradise Pier, which is where we stayed the last time we came to Disneyland 10 years ago, the Disneyland Hotel, and the Grand Californian. But there are some hotels, probably not this one, but some other hotels in the nearby area that are actually physically closer, like right across the street from the entrance to Disneyland, than those 3, except for Grand Californian. Grand Californian is basically in Disney California Adventure. And there's a lot of restaurants around here. There's McDonald's and IHOP and what else did we see? Denny's. There's a bunch of stuff. So there's lots of options for people that are staying here and ways for you to be able to save money by staying and eating outside of Disneyland itself. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, January 17th, 2022, and I am adding on to this video and giving you an update. We have stayed here at the Homewood Suites for one night, and we are checking out and leaving. And I'm going to explain to you why. First impressions when we got here were kind of mixed, and the kids especially were pretty uncomfortable and had some concerns. Let me just put it this way. The first 2 hotels we stayed at, which the videos of those are already going to be up on my channel, so you can go back and watch those, were both very, very nice, very, very clean. If we had stayed here first and then gone to either of those, that would have been great. But because we stayed at those first and then came here, this seems really disappointing and dingy in comparison. Okay, this hotel, for as many years as I've been checking, has gotten really great reviews. But I was up in the night, stressed about it and stuff, and was sitting out here in the living room while the kids were asleep. And I was looking at reviews of this hotel. And the more recent reviews are kind of concerning. A lot of people were complaining about some of the same things that we are concerned about. One was the staff is not being good about wearing their masks. The very, very nice woman who helped us last night and like held onto our luggage for us and helped us with they overcharged me and had to fix that. And like she was answering my questions about the Anaheim resort transportation and things like that. She was very, very nice, but she kept pulling her mask down to talk to me when she was standing right in front of me. Some of the reviews I was reading, a lot of people were complaining that the hotel was not really doing anything for COVID protocols. The other big thing that stood out that many, many people were complaining about in the TripAdvisor reviews was that the breakfast is awful. Some people were saying like they were here for 7 nights and they stopped even trying to eat the breakfast after like day 3 because it was so terrible. The next thing that a lot of people were complaining about, which is definitely a problem for me, which is that the distance to Disneyland is much greater than they were expecting, or much greater than was described on the hotel website and things like that. And last night, what we did was we drove here from the northern part of Los Angeles. We were at the Getty Center. And we drove here from the Getty Center, and we dropped off all our luggage. And then we went and took the rental car to Orange County Airport and dropped off the rental car. And then we took a taxi back here with no luggage. Okay, that's what we did. And so we have no car now. We have nothing but our own 2 feet to get around. But before we left here and went back to the airport to drop off the rental car, I said, here guys, let's drive up the street and see how far this is. And just driving it, it was a lot farther than I was expecting. And I was thinking about, we're going to have to walk this every day. And I was especially thinking about, we're going to have to walk this back after spending the whole day at a park. Yikes. And when I asked the woman downstairs about the Anaheim resort transportation, she said that she does not recommend that to people because it's very complicated to use, because it involves like 2 apps. And when I looked it up, people were saying the same thing. It's more like a ride sharing service that you actually have to request a bus to come get you. It's not like on a regular schedule. And so she said that what she suggests is for people to walk over to the Toy Story parking and take the tram from there, which is what I was planning on doing. But then I also read that so many people are doing that the wait to do that, to take the Disney transportation from the Toy Story parking lot, takes forever, and you could have walked it in half the time. So I'm very concerned about the distance, especially with my ankle and our feet hurting at the end of the day in the park and everything like that. And also because if we don't have any breakfast and then we have to walk, and when I actually looked at it at Google Maps and did it out for walking, it's over a mile from this hotel to the entrance to Disneyland. That's a long way. So that was a concern. And then we have a number of issues with the room, and I'm going to show you what those are. All right, starting out here in the kitchen, hear this noise? That's the refrigerator. Okay, and it's pretty noisy. It didn't bother us while we were sleeping, but that could bother some people. Another thing I'm wondering about is, I don't know how this works. Is this supposed to have a pot, or do you just stick the cups under there? I don't know. We wouldn't have made coffee, but some people in the reviews complained about there not being supplies in the kitchen. So I just thought I'd point that out. Okay, we had to rearrange a lot of furniture to suit our needs. This table we put over there. The one thing out here is this couch. Look at how it sags in the middle. And it's actually really uncomfortable to sit on because it's sloping toward the middle. And so it was for me. Like when I came out here last night, I tried to sit. I like to sit on the end by the arm, and I couldn't. I had to move and go over to the chair. I mean, these aren't a big deal out here. The bigger issues are in the bedroom. This was in the living room, and we moved it in here because we don't even understand why it was where it was, to use to set luggage on, which it works well for that. The bunk beds are a problem. I don't know how any little kid would get up there safely.
If you had a parent push.
Yeah, this ladder is not, it doesn't move, and it did not feel safe.
It needs to be, there's nothing to grab.
Yeah, there's nothing to grab, yeah.
And I would prefer it if it was like somewhat slanted.
Slanted, yeah.
To the ground.
It's too straight up and down. And so Ben decided pretty quickly nobody was going to sleep in that top bunk. Also, there's not a lot of distance between the bunk and the ceiling.
No, it was totally fine.
It was fine, okay.
When I was up there, there was plenty.
And again, remember, there is also a trundle bed under here. But Ben, what were you saying about you thought it felt small?
Oh, it's not the same size as my bed.
Now that I look at it, it seems short.
Yeah, it's short.
So he was scrunched.
Usually, when I'm reading, I have my pillow, like sometimes I can pull my pillow down and I still have leg room. I barely get to the end of my bed.
Okay.
I barely had any leg room right here.
Yeah. Okay, and then the king bed was, so what we ended up doing is Ben was over there. We didn't use the top bunk, and Megan ended up sharing the king bed with me. And Megan, what did you say?
What?
About the bed?
Okay, so the pillow is...
The pillows are crap.
Okay, the pillow that I was laying on was a complete lump that was either gonna, like, collapse in on itself or just dissolve.
The pillows were not
so
good.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And the bed, the mattress was very hard.
Yes, it is.
The covers, both on our bed and on the bunk bed Ben was sleeping on, I noticed, they didn't like cover the whole thing. Like they weren't
right.
big enough
It's like they weren't big enough for the beds.
Yeah, and so like when I moved, the whole thing came with me and it kept like being pulled off.
Right, we'd have to pull it off of each other, and we didn't have enough covers. So yeah, the beds are not comfortable. And then the bathroom has a ton of issues. I do not like this bathroom at all. The first problem with the bathroom is the fact that it is open and the bed is right here. The bed is right here and the bathroom sink is right there. Okay? So if somebody like I did has to get up in the night to use the bathroom, yeah, you go in here and you can have this door shut and then you flush the toilet. That's fine because the door's shut. But then to wash your hands, you have to come here and turn the water on and wake up the person who's sleeping right there. Okay, the other thing we complained about was the light. There was so much light everywhere, and what Ben is referring to, Ben actually thought that this bathroom light was on all night, and I know why he thinks that. It's because that night light, which there's no way to shut off, was on all night, and it was so bright that Megan and I had to wear our eye masks. Okay, the other problem with this bathroom is the water it's right against the back of the sink. So when you go to try to wash your hands, you're hitting this. And then also, look at, just washing my hands, the water is splashing up all back here. This faucet is way too far back. It needs to be out, like here. Okay, so
I've complained about it in the past with a lot of hotels, but this is the worst.
this is the worst, yeah. And then
I don't even care. Just put it here. Like, that's how close it is to the wall.
I know, I might as well just run it under the
Put it
counter.
on the granite. Don't even need this part. Don't need this.
That's about it. Okay, and then the other thing was the door. Okay, if we leave the door is like it's right here. So if I'm demonstrate, Ben. So like stand at the sink. So Ben's standing at the sink and say somebody was in there going to the bathroom. Oh, sorry. You open it right into somebody, or if you leave it open, it's just sitting here like you're gonna walk into it. It's not a good design at all. This door should not open this way.
This is the only time where it should be a slide.
It should be a pocket door. Yes, he's right. This should be a pocket door, or it should open in, but it would probably hit the toilet. And then one last thing, what the heck with this toilet? It's crooked. Can you see that? It's actually crooked.
The one time I used it.
It's not installed correctly. And then not only is the whole toilet crooked, but the seat is also crooked. I mean, like, it's literally crooked, and also the hole is not big enough. It's a very small hole. All right, so for all of these reasons, we are not staying at this hotel. The big one for me, honestly, is the distance. It's two things, really. It's the distance, and it's that my kids were very uncomfortable here. Megan has been enjoying this trip very much, right? But when we got here, remember Megan's my sometimes reluctant traveler, she said her first instinct was what, Meg? I want to go home.
The first time on this trip.
Yep, for the first time on the trip, so day 4, she actually thought to herself when we got to this hotel, I want to go home. And so if Megan feels like that, something's wrong. And so that's why I was up in the night researching my options, trying to figure out what to do because the kids are not comfortable here. Oh, I forgot something.
What if I accidentally touch her?
Okay, we noticed this when we examined the room last night. This is under the mattress where Ben slept. That's potato chips. So yeah.
Disney.
There were some other cleanliness issues. We did also notice a lot of hair, which we're pretty sure did not come off of our heads, like on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Including the outside of the bag that held the extra bedding that was up in the closet. The outside of that bag was covered with hair. I don't even understand that. There was some clumps of hair between my side of the bed and the nightstand. Just, it is overall quite clean. The carpet is clean but it just doesn't have the same clean feeling as the first 2 places that we stayed. So what are we going to do now? Well, we're checking out. They did very nicely agree to let me check out after 1 night, even though I was supposed to be here for 7 nights. And I was considering switching us to Paradise Pier over at Disney, which we've stayed at before. However, reading the reviews there, they were even worse than here for different kinds of reasons. Like, people are expecting so much from a Disney hotel, and if they don't know what Paradise Pier is like, they're going to be disappointed because they don't expect. That was not a Disney hotel originally. That was just a regular hotel that then Disney bought and took over. So if people don't, yeah, if people don't realize that that's not a specifically Disney built themed thing, they're going to be disappointed. Okay, but that was really expensive. That would have been like an extra almost $600. And that would have left me in the position of maybe we can't eat for the rest of the trip. So I have compromised and we are staying at a different hotel. And to find out where we're switching to, you need to subscribe to the channel and make sure you click the notification bell so you get a notification when that room tour comes up, because it's still 9 something in the morning right now and check-in time there is not until 4. So we're just going to have to drop off our luggage there and then we're going over to Disneyland. So that vlog will be coming. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Safe travels!